I have cut a pattern in the size that I'm interested in, and I lay it out on my fabric. I am using a thin woven cotton fabric with a nice flow to it. You also need elastic. As you see here, I've laid out the pattern pieces like this, and I'm going to cut the pocket piece one more time, which I can fit below. I add 1 centimeter in seam allowance. To stop the fabric from fraying, I zigzag all the edges on all the pieces. Your zigzag seam should be right on the edge. Here you see the difference between the back and the front piece. The crotch seam isn't as dominant on the front piece. And you see where your pockets should be fitted, and you lay them right sides together, and you need to have the pockets this way. Pin them in place and sew with 1 centimeter in seam allowance. Sew with a straight stitch. Once you have sewn all the pockets, you should press them outwards like this. Lay the front pieces right sides together and pin the crotch seam. Sew with 1 centimeter in seam allowance and a straight stitch. Do the same with the back pieces. Lay the front and back pieces right sides together and match up the side seam. Pin all the way on the side and around the pocket. I always match up the sides and then I pin in between. This is how you should sew. Make a small notch with a pair of scissors towards the seam. The pocket should look like this, so you can't see the seam. Now it's time to sew the inseam, so you should match up the crotch seams. If it's possible, you should separate them. Pin here and down at the leg, and then you pin in between. You sew with a straight stitch and 1 centimeter in seam allowance. I have measured this elastic around the waist, and then I join these short edges together with a zigzag. So the zigzag seam is going to be in the center back, and now I'm marking with a needle on the other side, so I have the back and the center front. Pin the elastic right sides together, match up the back and center front, and then you can stretch the elastic and pin all the way around. Sew with the straight stitch and use the presser foot's edge towards the edge. Stretch the elastic as you sew. Turn the elastic towards the wrong side and smooth out the edges, and then you can sew one more time on the lower part of the elastic. Hem the legs. I'm folding 1.5 centimeter towards the wrong side, and then I sew with a straight stitch close to the upper edge of the hem. And now your summer pants are finished. Please visit my Patreon to get the pattern.